You never know, dear, how much I love you. So please don't take my sunshine away. Yay! Just kidding. I'm gonna have to put up a Trump flag behind me here. I don't even know if we are live. We are live. Let's get those thumbs up, guys. I hope everyone comes back because they're probably like, where is she? She said she was coming back. What's taking so long? So as we wait for those people, I'm going to put up a Trump flag. Okay, guys, give me a sec. The lovely Trump picture. Hey, I'll let you join here in a second. I'm just taking my signs down. Give me 1 minute, okay? 1 minute. If you want to join the chat, let me know. Give me a thumb up and I'll give you the link. Right on. Okay. So you should be able to get on. You should pop on any second. I'm going to get my phone down here so I can see if you join. There's the link. Click it. You know what to do. There you are. Second news. What's up?
You know it. Same old, same old.
Yeah. Sorry it was taking so long.
Oh, no, it's cool. So, Buffalo Bill, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, Buffalo Bill, join if you want. So I'm sure you heard all about McCabe not being charged, right? Now,
yeah.
Do you think eventually he will, or is this going to be a bigger thing, like where?
Well, we were talking about this earlier. He may turn, evidence and get protected for what he knows, or he could end up being a patsy for something that's coming down the line right now. We're just going to have to wait and see. Yeah. But it's definitely an interesting situation.
Do you trust William Barr?
No.
Yeah, see, I don't know.
I'd like to trust him. Let's put it that way.
Well, but I guess we can say that.
Unless he's playing 12D chess with Trump, let's put it this way, he's losing some respect from me in the last couple of months.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'd like to trust him. He seems like a decent guy, but kind of like Trey Gowdy. He started out really strong, but
yeah, I've noticed him. It's kind of like he's on a, like a teeter-totter. It's just like I don't get him with that. Like, and then we saw Joe Manchin when he voted to impeach the president. I remember watching him for 3 years on the House Judiciary Committee go after these people. And it's like the very last minute he decides to impeach the president. I was flabbergated by that. You know who I'm talking about? The guy from West Virginia?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking somebody found some dirt on him or something, or somebody threatened him, or like all of a sudden.
All these people got dirt on all these other people. Everybody's got dirt on somebody else.
Right. Hey, Mason Drop.
How you doing, Michelle?
Hey.
Doing good.
So I didn't pick up the last stream because I guess I got lost in the shuffle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But I wouldn't trust anybody too much as far as what goes.
And just life general, or just?
No, as far as politics goes,
Oh, well, yeah. Most of them are rotten to the core.
They are. They're just flying to pick up a new check.
Flying who?
They're flying to pick up a check.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
There's an old euphemism that goes trust but verify.
I have trust in some of them. I'm not going to lie. I know we
And
stand different with that.
there's a lot of people out there that it's impossible to verify.
Right. I've seen a dramatic change in someone, and one of the two of them I admire, and you might disagree, and that's fine. And that because I'm in the pro-life movement and so much what they're just doing for that, but a lot of stuff. I really appreciate all the work that Congressman Doug Collins has done and Congressman Steve Scalise. I mean, we got to admit there are some good ones out there, but there's very, 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 very few.
Well, my brother had a solution to Congress. He said, take them out in the White House lawn and shoot half of them, and said, you don't do what people say, then, shoot the rest of them. So, very wise, but, what can you do?
Right.
These people are supposed to elect us. We elect them in positions where they're supposed to represent us, and then they end up flying for a check.
Big old card farm on this stream. I wonder who that is. Let's see. I'm on Twitch, right? I swear, some people are like 3 years old.
It says 1 watching and 4 thumbs up.
Yeah, I saw that. Well, I'm sorry. You can go home to mommy now. You don't have to watch us no more. That's what I don't understand is when even on Twitter, it's like all these Trump haters. It's like, if you hate Trump so much, why you follow him? Go follow Nancy Pelosi or...
They're all NPC.
I know. And a lot of them suffer from that TDS, which is so very true. A lot of people suffer from that, what is it, Trump derangement syndrome?
Yep.
Well, I don't follow anybody unless I actually know that they're going to vote for my, whatever I want. But, I'll vote for Trump again because I have no choice.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it's probably the best choice. But then again, I'm not really happy with, I've seen what for he stands for Israel at all.
You don't like that he stands for Israel?
No, I don't.
Well, we can always agree to disagree, right? Amazing. I mean, like if I say I like that part of him, that doesn't mean that.
I can see him standing up for Israel, but I don't see him standing for the fact that, Israel first. That's not my cards. I want America first. And I'm not seeing that right now.
Okay. I'm listening. I'm hearing. I don't know how to respond. I mean, I see a little bit differently, but I mean, what aspects do you mean? Because I truly do believe he does put America first, but then when he did that for Jerusalem and what is it, the Noah Gates or whatever, the High Gates?
No,
I don't think that was him putting Israel first.
Yeah, I do. I do, because AIPAC pays for every one of the people to be elected, re-elected. The money behind it is through AIPAC, and AIPAC is through Israel.
Mm-hmm.
And so, therefore, I do not understand why we want to hire people that actually are fund ads through AIPAC at all. AIPAC is Israeli, and so why do I want to, actually, support that person? That'd be like the same people that, like Bernie, Bernie's supported by the Liberation Road. Have you ever heard of that? Liberation Road?
No.
Yep.
You have, Canoe?
Vaguely.
Okay, so tell me what you know about Liberation Road.
I've only heard about it in passing. Yeah, I don't know any details.
Liberation Road is actually the Chinese Communist Party that's funding this nonprofit that actually is funding Warren and Bernie Sanders. You didn't know that?
Doesn't surprise me.
There's no grassroots in their organization. They're not being funded by the individuals. They're being funded by the Communist Party.
Yeah,
Chinese
Bernie's
Party.
full-blown communist, and Warren's not far behind.
Right, but they're both funded by the Communist Chinese Party. They are not grassroots at all.
I just saw earlier tonight article talking about the Nevada primary or caucus, whatever they call it out there. They were saying that Bernie's leading all the polls, but yeah, I do not see a socialist or a communist winning the election. It won't happen here. And
all the money, all the money.
If great misfortune falls upon us and it actually happens and Bernie becomes president, he won't be alive within 24 hours because there's millions of people here who will not allow a communist to become president.
Yeah,
it won't happen.
You truly believe that? Because I mean, I've heard
he'll be taken out within 24 hours. He'll be taken out.
There's 1.3 million militiamen in this country.
I can't see him winning.
And I know the organization, and I also know that we will descend upon DC and take it out.
Oh yeah, there is no inconceivable way that Trump will lose. The only way that Trump loses is by nefarious, election fraud on the left. Within 24 hours of that, Civil War 2.0. They're all going to get taken out.
I do know that if Hillary won, we would have marched on DC. There would have been 1.3 million militiamen march on DC and taking her out.
I don't like violence, no matter, even if it's too late.
I know, but that's the truth.
I won't. I love my country enough that I won't see someone like her or Bernie in office. Will not happen. I'll give my life for that.
But I also do know that would have happened if Hillary got in office.
Mm-hmm.
For a fact.
Sorry, I'm trying to just pay attention to Twitch too. Go ahead, I'm listening. I don't know why Twitch just disappeared.
If Hillary got elected, the militias would have marched on DC.
Oh yeah.
About 1.3 million of us. And she would be gone within 24 hours. She never would get sworn in.
It's simple logistics. There's no way you could stop that many people. No fucking chance.
But that's what was going to happen if she got elected.
She is definitely going to be held accountable one day for her actions. So, there was this article, guys, not to change subjects, but just try to change subjects. I don't mean to do it, but I was reading this article, about abortions and stuff, and the Amazing Drop, you were listening in, and how China kills, I stated this before, 28 million babies a year. And a lot of people are trying to say now with this new virus, I can't even pronounce it correctly, but this new virus that's going around, I say maybe this is another way of China to control the population. Like, what if,
without a doubt,
what if they really truly did, and we've talked about this before, but I really mean this now, what if they truly did release this virus and now it's gotten out of control?
Okay, well, first of all, the coronavirus is a natural.
That's it, corona. Yeah.
A natural flu virus. Okay, Now, number 2, let's look at what it's called, the new coronavirus. So it's NCNOV 19, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that means in November, they're going to create the new one. Okay, so that's a code name for November. Wake me up when September comes, like Green Day.
Mm-hmm.
November virus is going to be so pandemic. So we're going to try to sway the elections. Get it?
Yeah.
You reading that, Canoe?
Yep.
So that's ingrained in you right now, right? Are you reading me loud and clear?
5 out of 5.
Wake me up when September comes, and November is going to be the worst coronavirus in the world of 19. Because they're not on the Gregorian calendar. They're on the old calendar of 1929. Get it?
Oh,
People don't read this stuff into that. They have no idea what they're talking about. Well,
I'm just starting to learn Hebrew too.
It's not Hebrew.
No, I'm talking to somebody else. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So the NCOV. Go ahead. Can you tell me what the name of the virus is again? They renamed it. They keep renaming it for a reason, right?
Yeah. Different versions. 1.0, 2.0, 3.0.
What's the current name right now?
NVO 2019. I've had 6 beers tonight, so.
What kind of beer do you drink?
Well, this is twisted tea. It's half tea, half lemonade, 5%
Oh yeah,
alcohol.
I've seen them in the grocery store.
Okay, well, let's talk about what you've been talking about. So basically, you're talking about a coronavirus that's been around for hundreds of years. That's a new virus, and it's called what?
Novel corona.
19,
November.
right?
Yeah.
So what's the next one they're going to come out with?
20.
Yeah.
You tell me.
21, right? They rebanded this whole thing. They renamed it, rebanded it. So if it's branded again, what are they going to do again?
More whining. McCabe claims he was unfairly branded a liar. Blames Trump for being fired.
Wow, I love news clips because they tell you a bunch of stuff, Michelle, don't they?
Well, I only trust certain sources though. Yeah, I was gonna say Wizard. Amazing drop. I don't trust all of them.
Read into what they just said.
Oh, I know. That's why I'm going to share the link to this. And I found.
No, I think Dallas went to bed.
I mean, when you're talking to Wizard, you're probably talking to me too, the same way, because he's a pretty smart guy. When he says 19, 20, 21, it's a sequence.
Yep.
Because he's a pretty smart guy. Trust me.
Oh,
I have total respect for Wizard. You know what
absolutely.
I'm saying?
Without a doubt.
There's some stuff that he goes into, especially with his electrical and alternative energy, physics that absolutely blow my mind.
Mine doesn't blow my mind.
I envy him his knowledge and his experience.
Because if we went into it and we tried to implement it, they'd probably kill us within a day.
Yeah,
I'm telling you right now.
He says that's what's happened to him. why he lost his livelihood and his prestige, and they shut him down.
Yeah, it would. It would. He knows. But you know what? We're the type of NFers you want to collude to, because in the end, we know what's up. These people that are telling you all this other crap, no, they don't. I trust Wizards' information real good because he's the Wizard of Oz of DC, right? I just drop stuff like you, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I agree. He's a very smart, wise man. I really think a lot of people who are older than me are smart and wise.
Wasn't it harmonic when I said that?
A little bit.
Sometimes you use pretty big words that I'm trying to. I do have a little bit of a learning disability, so sometimes if I don't catch on right away, I apologize.
I know. Sometimes my nephew over in UK has 7 degrees. He has a master's degree. He has a couple. He has a PhD. He has several bachelor's degrees. He has 7, just like Paul Cottrell, right? Smart
It's
man.
got to be tough living in the UK right now.
Oh well, you know how it goes. But they tend to go to school and get a lot of degrees over there. Whether they're worth or shit, I don't know.
Any else gonna join? I could put the link in.
Dallas is back in the chat.
Hey Dallas, why don't you join the panel, buddy? It's been a while.
But you know what you need to understand is that Wizard of Oz.
Let me open.
It's polymer for the Washington D.C. He's telling you the corruption of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. So he's trying to tell you about the DC. I got a good lesson on DC when I was 18, around 18, because my father works for the government. He knew everything about them. That's why I know about the deep state, everything else. Mm-hmm. How awake am I? Way awake. And what are they planning to do? Way awake. Before there's 8chan, 4chan, 8chan, who was awake. We used to send snail mail to each other, through the mail. It was a whole different story. I got all these channels here. Wow. And they just know everything. Wow. They don't know half the story.
Hey, Dallas.
I'm looking for something, so Canute, handle the chat for a second.
Gotcha. Dallas, did you work today? Making money doing your door dashing?
He says his head hurts.
Yeah. And how's our favorite boy, Chuckwagon, doing? Chuckwagon is one of his cats. Cool ass cat.
I'll drop down if somebody feels intimidated or whatever. But I already got it all figured out. Honestly, I know what's going on.
Well, let's just say I'm prepared for most eventualities.
Darn it. Somebody must have deleted it off Twitter. It was a new video of Biden. Or not Biden. It was Bernie Sanders back in the day. I like how these videos of him are reappearing. And then when people post them, like James O'Keefe or people who follow James O'Keefe, they just disappear.
There was a story the other day about Bernie. Some guy caught a picture of him on a plane sitting in first class, and he did a selfie shot of him over his shoulder looking at Bernie, and Bernie had this face like, "Oh my God, you caught me sitting in first class and I'm a commie." It was hilarious.
They're all hypocrites.
Oh yeah.
Who are all hypocrites?
The politicians.
Not
it don't matter what
all
party.
of them. I believe both parties, absolutely. But we got to remember
there's a tiny percentage of people that are in it for the real good reason.
The ones that I know.
People like Jim Jordan,
Doug Collins,
Matt Getz,
Doug Collins, Steve Scalise.
Well, he took some bullets, so he's got my endorsement.
I don't think just because of that. I just admire him for everything he's really, really trying to do for the pro-life movement, his belief in family, country, and God, and Constitution, and I don't know. His staff is so polite. Louis Gohmert, same thing.
The thing is, as much as I, will support somebody, there comes a line. I don't idolize politicians.
Oh no, you're not supposed to idolize
I don't
anybody.
idolize Trump. I support him 100%, but no offense, but I'm not going to wear a hat with his name on it or a shirt with his name on it.
You're not going to wear a Trump hat with a hat. Is that what you just said, Mike?
Yeah, I won't wear a hat with his name on it. Wear a hat because I wear a hat with an American flag on it.
Oh, I get it. I've heard other people say the same thing. No disrespect. I get that.
And it's not just limited to politics. It's like I won't wear anything that promotes a particular brand. I don't promote shit like that.
Understand? Totally. If my grandfather was here today, he would probably shake your hand. I get that and I respect that. Now, me, I'm a little bit different. I will wear everywhere I go. In fact, like my kid, she just had a concert the other day. You guys knew that because I told her.
I saw the video.
Yeah, but she goes, "Do not wear any Trump stuff, Mom."
Yeah, whatever.
No, I didn't because she asked me.
I got no problem with other people wearing it, but it's a personal thing. I've not in my entire adult life have I ever worn anything to endorse a particular person. I suppose I'm an egotist in that way.
Egotistical?
Yeah.
That's a hard word.
I've read a lot of Ayn Rand, and that kind of formed a lot of my opinions. So I'm not into, promoting other people. I'll promote ideas and my country, but no, I'm not going to promote individuals other than myself.
I can respect that totally.
No, I won't wear a Trump hat anywhere because I don't want to send 6 to 8 soy boys to the fucking hospital.
There's that too. Exactly.
Yeah, because that can clean up on them.
Where I live, I'll wear pro-American T-shirts all day long where I work, but I'm not going to wear a political T-shirt.
Right.
Or
I work at home. I go out to Walmart. I don't have no affiliation with anybody. If I want to wear a Trump hat or whatever in Spokane, that's fine. Nobody cares. People do it. But if there's 6 to 8 soul boys around me, I'm telling you, about 3 seconds, they're all going to be on the ground because I'm that good.
Yeah.
I really am. I've been trained my entire life to kill, to actually be a warrior, and that's not a lie.
No, I believe you.
Where I live, I have to, strategically plan when I'm going out so I can avoid situations with people like that.
I can disable people without hurting them too. By the way,
Yeah.
I'll just take them down less than a second, put them on the ground. Their arms twisted and my foot's on the back of their neck. It's that quick, and it's still pretty reactive at my age. But there's, I just these men nowadays are weak.
Yeah.
They're weak. They're not skilled in any type of martial arts or fighting. They're just weak, very weak. I mean, I had some soul boys deliver a metal shed to me that weighed over 300 pounds. They put it in the wrong place. They could barely get it out of the back of their truck. And then they tried to pick it up and move it to where I said I wanted it, and they couldn't do it. I just picked it up and did it myself.
I'm going to share something real quick.
Soy.
Yeah. Total soul
It's all
boys.
soy.
They are. They're weak.
It's not working.
A 50-year-old man shouldn't have to pick up a 300-pound shed. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What is that? The presidential limo?
It's on Twitter. I'll read what the tweet says in a minute. Does that even look real?
It looks like it's in reverse. Like they're.
Sure, I can drive a car.
Okay. Anyway, I'm gonna stop sharing. Hold on. Let me X out of it. Sorry about this.
That could be the Secret Service driving test range in Maryland.
Yeah, they're doing Secret Service maneuvers.
Beltsville.
Original tweet. Hold on. Yeah. Doesn't show on the screen anymore, right?
Yeah, actually practiced that, by the way.
A drop. What's the concealed carry status out in Washington right now?
Oh, someone just tweeted a video saying President Trump rolling up to the Daytona 500.
Well, in my county, it doesn't matter because the sheriff says he's not going to enforce any of that.
Also, okay, constitutional.
Mm-hmm. I know it's a big fight, and right now they're trying to pass it so you can only carry a revolver and a bolt-action gun. Yeah.
Really? Wow.
Mm-hmm.
I was just reading the other night. I don't know what you were watching. It was kind of the middle of the night stream or something. I was addressing how the state of California is now doing full background checks for people who want to buy ammo.
Yep. Oh, they've been doing it for a couple months now.
Yeah. Well, you I think we talked about this before, and you said that, and I looked back and I'm like,
not only are they doing that,
this has been going on for 6 months.
California has state agents that are going across the border into Nevada, and they're staking out ammo shops and gun shops that are in Nevada and looking for people that are buying ammo from there. And they're looking at their license plates, and if they're in a California registered car, they follow them back across the border. And as soon as they cross into California, they do a traffic stop on them and arrest them for importing, ammo against the law in California. It's fucked up. They've gotten like 50 or 60 people in the last 2 months.
Yeah. That's crazy. That is so unconstitutional. You know what they're doing here in the state of New York? This is why I always said people who are veterans and they physically get on paper that you're on medical marijuana. What happens is once the VA prescribes you that, they get on that, and then you have corruption in the system with local police department and a corruption DA. What they can do is access your medical records, break the HIPAA law while doing so, and then have the state troopers or the marshals come to your home and remove those guns.
Here in Ohio, if you apply for a state-issued medical marijuana card, you are barred from getting a concealed carry permit.
Yeah.
Well, what am I going to do with my tank over there in Utah?
But here we
It's
have
good.
constitutional open carry. So, I carry my gun openly on occasion when at work.
And you're allowed to do it open carry anywhere. But don't you have to have a permit?
Well, not everywhere. No, in Ohio, I don't have to have a permit if I'm carrying open. If I'm carrying concealed, I have to have a permit.
Right. Okay.
I can wear my gun open anywhere except a courthouse or a school or a police station
or a city.
Like that.
And also, what's different about Ohio and New York is
Ohio, they allow individual cities and businesses to put up signs saying we don't want open carry, and you have to accommodate those places.
Yeah,
it's fucked up.
Now in Ohio, I know this for a fact because my uncle Russ lives there and stuff like that, and he can go out to the hunting store, gun store, whatever, buy a handgun and leave the store that day. Same thing with a rifle. New York State, you have to have over 5 people now. They opted from 3 to 5 references. They can't be former employees. They can't be friends of so many years, and they certainly can't be family members. And they interview these people, and then they also interview your neighbors and such like that too. And that's all.
Here in Ohio, I can go.
Came about.
All I have to do here is go down the street 3 miles. There's a gun shop. I could go buy a handgun. 5 minutes. Fill out the paperwork. They do an electronic form with the ATF, and it gets approved within 5 minutes, and I hand them cash, and I'm out the door.
Yeah. Andrew Cuomo's going for a registration right now. All long rifles, any kind of rifles, you got to register it.
Michelle, it doesn't really matter where I'm at. If you had top secret clearance before, it takes 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So I have to wait 2 weeks for a gun. Where I buy
even for a long rifle.
Anything.
See, I can go get a 20 gauge used if I want to go to used gun store, and I go pick up a 20 gauge tomorrow if I want it. But
I can't because I have top secret clearance before, and so therefore I have to do the waiting period for they do all the other crap.
Oh yeah, I heard California's the same way. I heard I think Arkansas too, or something like that.
Now here in Ohio, as far as private sales are concerned, like this past week, I bought 2 shotguns from a friend of mine.
You got to go through the police, though, right?
No, I don't have to do anything. I just have to give the dude cash. No paperwork, nothing. Private sales are exempt from any, paperwork transfers.
Well, what if you find out that gun's stolen, though, Canoe, and used in a crime?
Then you get a receipt of stolen property, and then you're a criminal.
See, I would never buy someone.
It depends on which jurisdiction you're in.
Well, my jurisdiction is that I have had a top secret security clearance before, so I have to wait 2 weeks for anything, no matter what state I'm in.
Yeah, a friend of mine last year had his gun stolen, and it was used in a crime. It was recovered at the scene of the crime, and they tried to claim that he was negligent in the way he stored his firearm, but he was able to prove in court that he had it stored properly in a lockbox that was jimmied open. So, he met the state's requirement for securing his firearm, and they threw out, the case against him, and they pinned it on the criminal. So.
Wow. Well, it's different everywhere, but Andrew Cuomo's trying to stick it hard.
Oh, I feel so bad for you people in New York.
Here's the thing, Canoe. He's the one that pushed these veterans who have post-traumatic stress disorder, brain injuries, whatever. He's the one that pushed for them to get on medical marijuana, and then turned around, added it into the red state flag law policy and the gun policy bill he just signed that they can't be on it. He tricked them.
Yeah. Typical
That
Democrat.
SOB.
I'll be right back.
Uh-huh.
Well, the biggest thing is that people like me that has had a security clearance before, I'm on a waiting list. How
Wow.
screwed up is that? If I
That is.
had if I had a top secret security clearance
I don't
before,
understand how any of that works.
and
Sorry. So when you say
you
that,
know, it just expired, but never got revoked or never got rebuked from it, you know, I had to wait like 2 weeks for to get a firearm nationwide.
well, and people don't realize too, these states that are they're secretly doing it. If you don't pay attention and go to these, because the government pages and their
It's
pages
not the
themselves.
state; it's the FBI.
Oh yeah, that too. I totally believe it. I'm starting to believe that what that really stands for.
Well,
And
the
let's just
FBI
say
is what you do a
effing
background check
bunch of
for.
idiots.
Most of the background checks are done by the FBI, and if
Well,
you
there
have
should be background checks. Absolutely. I'm not saying there shouldn't be, but I
right,
just think it's unconstitutional that they're taking guns from veterans
this has
and then
nothing to do with
asking
veterans.
questions later. It's basically so what they're doing is they're finding them guilty and then they have to prove themselves innocent. I thought in this country it was due process and it worked the other way around.
This has nothing to do with veterans. This has everything to do with people that have top secret clarity clearances. They have to prove themselves not to breach that before
What
because
does that mean? Stop. What does that mean? Clarity clearance. I
top
like it sounds
secret
like a movie.
clarity clearance (TSC). Yeah, it's not a Q clearance, but it's also a top secret clearance. And then it can be compartmentalized also. But if you ever had a top secret a clearance, you have to actually go through the rigmaroles with that check everything. Make sure you haven't broke that. Therefore, they can deny you a weapon for up to 2 to 4 weeks.
Is that because you
Uh,
had a past government job? I mean, you don't have to answer that, but
I
is
worked
that
for the
because?
military industrial complex, so yes, had a top secret clearance. Yep,
So
TSC.
that's what you're. Okay, I'm sorry.
Hmm.
I'm starting to get it.
yeah.
So now
I'm a
I'm not
little familiar with clearances.
now I'm not a U.S. citizen. I have to actually go through the clearance for that, and I get penalized for it as not a regular citizen because I've had a top secret clearance before because I worked on the military industrial complex. I have signed a stack of Bibles that said I'm not going to say this and that about what we done, what we designed, all that stuff because I've worked in engineering a long time, 20 years ago, and I still have to go through a check and not have to wait 2 to 4 weeks to get a gun because I had that security clearance.
Mm-hmm.
So therefore, I've been degraded from a regular citizen to a person that's been scrutinized. Have you ever, lied, or you ever violated the NDA? That's where they go. Are you convicted of a crime? Because now I'm not a first class citizen. I'm now a third class citizen. I have to go through all this kind of crap. So now I'm worse than illegals because illegal can get one before I can.
Oh, it's amazing what they're getting. I think that's whole reason why they're doing the licenses, not to change the subject from gun to license, but I think the reason why Coma pushed that is so he gets reelected.
Cuomo's an asshat.
Oh, I definitely agree with that.
But
yeah.
it doesn't matter what state I go to. I still have to go through that FBI background check, which everybody does to buy a gun, unless you do it in a private sale. And guess what? Everything I buy for a gun, I bought a 9mm handgun before I left Georgia. It took 2 to 4 weeks. I got the gun, no problems at all. Okay, upstanding
Mm-hmm.
citizen, all that crap. And then I decided, well, I'm just going to sell back to the gun shop because guess what? I'm not going to transport that thing across state lines because you know what's going to happen.
Did you hear? There's a court case pending right now that's going to challenge private person-to-person sales. It's possible that it could reach the Supreme Court. There's a woman who is suing. I want to say she's from Illinois, probably from Chicago, who is suing the website armslist.com. That's a basically a classified person-to-person place that you can sell as long as you arrange an FFL dealer to handle the transaction.
Mm-hmm.
And apparently a gun that killed this lady's kid or whatever was sold legally through that website, but libtards are all, oh, we got to go after this website. They sold a gun that killed somebody. So,
well, Dallas, get up here. Dallas, get up here and tell us your opinion about guns, please. Come on, Dallas. You know me. I'll be nice to you.
Aw.
I know Dallas. I know Dallas.
I like Dallas. He's a good guy.
I know.
I've known Dallas for years. He's a good dude. He went far and beyond the Call of Duty to help out a brother of ours a couple of months ago. Don't know if you've heard the story, but do you know who Aaron DeTires is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, Aaron got stranded during his travels, and Dallas picked him up and
I know that.
Yeah, and flew him. Yeah.
I know.
So Dallas is right on in my book.
That's right. But what I'm saying is that besides state laws, I'm subject to federal laws because I once had a security clearance. Okay. And I probably still do, by the way. So, because I can't talk about certain things. If I do, they'll throw me in jail.
Yeah. My sister
20 years later.
My sister joined the Navy about 15 years ago, and she got in trouble applying for her MOS.
Military occupational
service. She was going for intelligence cryptology. And they did a background check on her, and she lied on something on her national security background check on the advice of her recruiter, and she got caught, and the recruiter got caught, and they both got fucked. And to this day, anytime she gets stopped by the police for speeding or whatever, they instantly get a flag on her ID that says that they have to have a supervisor on scene because she's a national security issue.
Yeah, I know.
It's strange. We got stopped. Me and her were out scrapping one night about 3 years ago. We got stopped because we ran a stop sign, and we got loud hailed on the loudspeaker of the car. Stay in the car, put your hands on, the roof, don't move. Waiting for backup. The cars show up with this, the captain. They're like, oh, we got to do a fingerprint check on you because national security, you were in the Navy and all this shit. And we're like, what the fuck? It was like 15 years ago.
Actually, I do know what you're talking about, but it's not because you made any error. It's because they actually know who you are.
Yeah.
It doesn't mean you actually transgressed any thing at all. When you're marked like that, the government's like, well, wow, who's this person there?
Yeah, it's like an instant code 5, alert for your social security number when they run you.
I know. Whether you've done anything wrong or not.
Yep.
I'm still here. I'm just listening to you guys. I'm trying to just add one more tweet to the president while you guys are talking.
Yeah, it's all good.
I'm telling him thank you for being the first president in history to protect babies.
Okay, do we have a link for Dallas?
Let's get him up there. Absolutely. Of course. Yeah. I'm sorry. Like I said, I was oops, wait. Sorry, that was wrong.
I know Dallas was streaming earlier tonight. His
yeah, I gotta get his channel because I don't know it.
It's Yeah, he streams that Red
Hello,
Dead
Bruce.
Redemption game.
Okay. I think I might be following that.
Yeah, Dallas is good people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's why I said we need more young conservatives like himself. You know, we need more young conservatives like that.
Hey, Dallas, are you coming down to Wiz for 4th of July? Please tell me you are. I want to meet you.
I've never actually talked to Dallas personally, but I've talked to him on the internet many times.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's all cool. But yeah, when I go to buy a firearm, I get a 2 to 4 week delay because it's top secret clearance. That's it. I've never done anything wrong. I'm an upstanding citizen. You know,
Where do they have to run your paperwork through, like as NFA type stuff?
Yeah, they run through the FBI, then the CIA, all the crap. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't get one of them when you dealing with missiles and nuclear missiles and SAM missiles and stuff like that.
Enough said.
Military industrial complex stuff.
Enough said.
Yeah, run through everybody. Yeah.
I got kind of an idea of giving your location and your background, what you did.
Well, I used to work over in Seattle, and I used to work on stuff that included the military industrial complex.
Yep.
Period. The end, 20 years ago. And I haven't anything to do with them since then, but guess what? A lot of stuff's still relevant.
Oh, yeah.
I can't get away from it. It's like I'm sorry I ever worked for the stupid son of bitches.
I had a friend who was stationed out there in the Marine Corps.
I worked in research and development, sir.
Okay. Yeah, the guy I was friends with, he was working Marine Corps security at Bangor Sub Base.
I don't give a shit about that. I worked in research and development. A lot of stuff goes on missiles. Space show. I did a space show. Call me a rocket scientist if you want to. I worked in subs, tanks, all this stuff. All this stuff went in there.
Cool.
So I did research and development, R&D, engineering. Okay, there's a
difference. Let's put it this way. Oh shit!
I know everything that goes into tanks and everything like that for the last 20 years, and it's probably pretty relevant now today if they still want to do that kind of butt search on me. Give me a break. They're just waiting for me to break one of them Bibles. They're like 10 stack highs. That's all there is to it.
Yeah.
I helped and worked on engineering teams that developed stuff for the military, all the missiles and all that crap. So guess what? They do a butt search if I want to buy a weapon. The end.
Dallas, you gonna come on?
And they sure as hell don't want anybody to snatch me up and grab me and take me to a foreign country because guess what? They learn a lot of stuff. That's why they do a butt search on me when I try to buy a weapon.
Wow.
2 to 4 weeks. Because it has to go through all the channels. My dad's the same way. He's 88 years old now within one day.
How old?
He's going to be 88 tomorrow.
Oh, God bless his heart. Is he still with us or with you? I mean.
Yeah, they live over in Spokane. My mother's 87. Like I said, they've been married 65 years, lived a good life, and they're doing good.
Hey, Dallas, you gonna join the stream or what there, buddy boy? I don't know how many people are watching. It says 10. I'll post it one more time. What time is it so I can get a time frame? It's 3 o'clock, so I'm gonna end it at about 3:30. So if you want to join.
Come on, Dallas. It's the weekend. Come on over and talk to Drop.
Sorry, I was busy there. I had to send out my last tweets for the night. Like I said, I started this huge, well, it ended up being huge. It started out small and it's going bigger by the hour. I started a pro-life train, which means you invite all these people from the pro-life community, people from the pro-life organizations, pro-life websites, pro-life journalists, even pro-life senators and congressmen, and we add them all to the list, and we're tweeting each other, we're exposing facts and stuff like that. And I can't believe it just started off by one tweet I created and how big it's gotten within the last 24 hours. And it's amazing to see, you know. And I think, would this be wrong to say that I'm proud of myself? I mean, I don't know. I'm just happy that I've taken this step and trying to crawl out of my shell. I am really shy person. Sorry, Canoe, I didn't see you there.
No, it's all good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. For some reason, my camera is not working.
Huh.
Well, Michelle,
Oh.
I totally support pro-life, and I totally support anti-abortion. You know that.
Oh, I know. And I thank you for that because we need more. We need more men to be pro-life and come out that way too, and not
I,
fear to.
I've been that way my entire life. I do
That's
not
amazing.
endorse.
See, that's amazing. When I share my story about my abortion, I'm not proud of it. I'll never will be, but I'm glad I can share my story because I can help others.
Yeah, you shouldn't be ashamed of it, and you should forgive yourself for it too. By the
I
way.
have. It took a very long time because if I didn't forgive myself, how can I have that? How can God forgive me? And how can I have that relationship with anybody? You know,
Exactly.
absolutely. I
Exactly.
had to tell my kids because they asked me. We came home from that movie Unplanned. My husband was driving, and my daughter straight out asked, you know, do I know anybody or ever have an abortion? And I looked at him, he looked at me, and he said, I think it's time. And I said, are you sure? He goes, yep. And we all had a family meeting kind of driving home. And, you know, my kids ended up giving me a hug and a kiss saying that they weren't mad, that they were happy that I shared that story with them, and that they were proud to say that they were pro-life.
And that's the best message you could give them, by the way.
Yeah. The lady who sold us the movie tickets, she questioned me as a parent. She goes, are you sure you want your children to see this? She goes, I wouldn't let my kids go see something like this. I said, do out of respect, ma'am, please take the cash here and give me the movie tickets. I'll do the parenting.
Yeah,
You
it's none
sell
of
me
your
the movie
business,
tickets.
lady.
Yeah. You sell me the movie tickets. I'll do the parenting and we'll call it that.
Yeah, and everything about that, I just worry about, have you truly forgiven yourself? You know, because you know people are pressured when they're young by family and
Right.
peers, stuff like that. It's a really hard situation for a woman at that age. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
And
I don't have kids of my own. The closest I'll ever have is my nephew. I love
Right.
him to death. He's like my kid, and he's like my kid, my sister's kid. Um, she unfortunately had a miscarriage when she was about 23, and then she had an abortion when she was about 25. And third time's a charm. My nephew came about 7 years ago, so I'm happy about that.
well, I
Um,
actually am a parent, and I actually do have one kid, and that was not by choice, but by biological stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And there was never an abortion in that. But I did have a friend that has had his wife. He found out later that she had 3 abortions, and
Oh
he didn't
my.
even know about it.
Not one, not two, but three.
well, the thing with my sister with her abortion, um, I found out after the fact about a year later that she was pressured into it by her boyfriend at the time.
Yeah. That's what
So
happens. That's what
yeah,
happens.
the miscarriage. Um, Look, I'm not a religious person, but it wasn't meant to be. From what I heard, there was no way for the fetus to survive. There was too many problems.
Right.
Because she used to mess around with a lot of drugs when she was younger, so there was some genetic problems with it. So it wasn't meant to be, and it was early. It was only a couple of weeks in.
See, it makes a difference when ladies. I mean, I don't know if it does because it's still a baby and the pain's still there. But I mean, if she was just a couple of weeks along, I don't know if that's less of a pain because a lot of people question that. I can't answer that. But I mean, if we take a look back at Wizard's family, Tiffany, who just lost the baby at 7 months, it's a little bit different because you got to deliver the baby. You have to get a death certificate for the baby, and you actually go through that process of a funeral or whatever you choose to have. I can't imagine.
I didn't know that.
Oh yeah, after
it
5
just
months,
happened
they
last
get their
night.
death certificate. Yeah.
I didn't know that, Michelle. I didn't know that.
Mm-hmm. And like I said, I don't think it's any less of a pain. I just think it's just worse as the pregnancy goes in its stages.
Oh yeah. Well, you become attached.
Absolutely.
You can't let that go.
Yeah, and you love it from the minute you find out you're pregnant to no matter what. I can't explain it for people who have kids, but
I
it's
can.
instant. It's
When I found out my wife was pregnant, I was
instant bond.
very happy. It wasn't instant bond because I already had a bond with my wife. And
Well, you know what I mean. Not a bond ship, but it's a instant love.
Right. Right. And so that I knew I was going to have a daughter, and well, I didn't know that either because we didn't know the sex of the child until she was born. But because we didn't want to know, but it had an instant bond with the child, and that was something that was special. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you're a parent, you don't really know that bond, and it almost killed her too. By the way, my wife, it almost killed her to have that baby.
Yeah. Real doctors, if that situation where if the mother's in danger at 21 weeks, they say 20 weeks sometimes, the baby can go into emergency C-section, and where the doctors actually save both the baby and the mother. Yeah.
Well, she spent 21 hours in surgery after the baby, so you tell me. It was pretty hard. I didn't know if I was going to be a single parent back then.
Wow.
But, it worked out. And unfortunately, she didn't want to get the stuff ripped out after that or whatever. And
see, a lot of women choose not to because they think it's going to change them. Where when I found out I had no other choice, I was like, absolutely, because I had developed endometriosis, and it was just very painful for me.
No, she just wanted to have another baby. And
well, absolutely, I wanted that too, but because when after Sarah, I had a miscarriage, and we were 4 or 5 weeks along, and the doctor suggested that I shouldn't have any more babies, and I had another opinion on top of my neurologist and stuff like that. We all made the decision that with endometriosis and stuff like that, and the cyst on my ovaries, the really bad periods, that it would be best if I had a full hysterectomy.
Yeah.
And that's sad because I always wanted one more. But Tom even said then, when I was going through that surgery and after recovering, he said we could always adopt or do foster care once the kids, grow up and start to move out.
But I wanted that to happen anyway because I knew the danger of it, but she died of cancer anyway because of it.
Yeah. You said that earlier. It's just so sad.
The girl that I'm talking with right now, early days, who knows what's going to happen. I'm trying to reconnect with an old friend from school. She's incapable of having children, so if something happens of it, maybe we'll adopt. But she's got some serious health issues that she's dealing with.
if you love her and you really care about her, it doesn't matter whether you have children or not. You can adopt.
Oh
There's
yeah,
plenty of children that need parents. And you just have to step up and be the man,
yeah.
the father that they need.
I have no problem at all with adoption.
You know,
Me neither.
my brother-in-law, her first husband, one of my sisters, her first husband was a piece of shit. She had 2 kids with him, and he left her when she was 9 months pregnant with the second child. And he even came over and take the one child over, for custody, all the crap. He fucking threw him on the ground. I went out there and grabbed him out of the car and beat the crap out of him for doing that. I'm
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
I got no charges on that. I just beat the crap out of him, and it was with his girlfriend that was already pregnant. They let everybody go away and all this stuff. They just forgot about this stuff, but I don't forget about that stuff at all. Never.
And the only other girl that I ever was close enough to consider, marrying material. We were together for a little while, and she went away to school. Came back to town, dropped out of school. She got knocked up, married the father, and then the father got arrested and convicted for rape and kidnap of another woman. So he went to prison for a long time. He's still in jail. He's going to be in jail for like another 20 years.
What a scumbag. Evil too.
And she had the kid, and I offered to marry her and raise the kid as my own. And she wouldn't divorce the guy. She wanted to stay married to him while he was in prison.
Well,
and I'm like, okay, see you, bye.
Let him do it. You're lucky you didn't get with 3 redheads as girlfriends and have them clean out your apartment when you come home on Friday after payday. They cleared out the furniture. One cleaned out the banking account. Thank God I had a savings account. They were all girlfriends. That's for me and my wife. So good luck.
I do a lot for a redhead, but I wouldn't go that far.
Well, they're crazy guys. I learned a long time ago redheads are not the way to go.
Oh, yeah, redheads are crazy, but I can't deny that I fall for them super easy.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just telling you my life experience on that. For me and my wife said,
Yeah.
well, they all cleaned you out. So, well, at least I make a good living.
Yeah, the girl I'm talking to right now, she's been dealing with diabetes her whole life and chronic kidney disease and a bunch of other things related to that, autoimmune problems. But yeah, I've always had a thing for her, and we've kept in touch, casually through the years. And I sent her a Valentine's message the other day, and so we'll see what happens.
That's good though, because you guys care about each other. That's all that counts, really. Because
it don't matter her hair color.
No,
does
it
it
doesn't.
really? I mean,
no, it doesn't.
I really don't
Absolutely
like blondes.
not.
I don't like blondes that much, Michelle. To be honest with you.
Let's put it this way. She was, the quintessential little girl next door when we were in high school together, and now she's, a shadow of her former self as far as physical looks go.
I just think
she's she's a little wasted away, but I still, I see what she was before still in her, and that's
but you're not in the hair color. You're just the girl next door is the one you loved.
No.
Dude, that's all there is to it. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm talking about like I go for redheads like a Spitfire, and I've learned not to do that. My last girlfriend was my wife, and fourth girlfriend worked out pretty good for 18 years.
Cool.
18 years. She was totally loyal, good friend. She just didn't finish the course, as far as that goes. And she was a good girl, and my parents loved her. They still do today. They miss her. I do.
Aw, every time you talk about her and like that, kind of makes you want to cry for you. I'm so sorry. I can't. I don't even want to think about it. Like I told my husband, you better not die ever,
Yeah, I'm crying a little bit.
because I married him young. I still don't even know how to do a checkbook and pay bills and
Well,
take the car for
I married
oil
my wife in the
all of that stuff he
30s.
does.
I
I would
married
be
my wife
lost.
in the 30s. Early 30s, and 18 years of great life, and I'm grateful for that. You know.
Yep. Well, thank you guys for all being here. I know I said I was going to last to 3:30, but I have to take the dog out really quick, and I'm going to call it a good night if y'all don't mind.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
That's cool. That's cool.
And I know Wizard usually goes live at 9, 10 o'clock Eastern time, so he'll be live later tonight. So, yeah, thank you, Alex, for being here.
There's a good person out there for everybody. You just have to look for them.
Yeah, find him in the right places. Absolutely. That's what I always tell
There's a lot of
my
crap out
husband to
there
tell his
too.
friends.
There's a lot of crap out there too. You just
Oh,
have
yeah.
to watch out for it. If your girlfriend has a lot of problems, if she loves you and she's devoted to you, that's all counts, dude. Okay, canoes. That's all counts.
Yeah.
That's
all.
right.
This is early days.
It doesn't matter whether it's early days or now. If she's committed to you, then you got it, man, and you should pursue it. You should
We shall
and when
see.
people come back in our lives for a reason, that's also a sign.
Yeah, I'm serious because it doesn't matter if it's bad or whatever, you know, health wise. You don't marry them because they're unhealthy or whatever. You marry them or you get with them because you are in love with them. You love each other. You support each other. Okay.
Amen. I couldn't have said it better than that.
Yep.
Because if you think that if somebody has a bad health condition and you want to walk away, guess what? You're not true to yourself. You're not true to that person you love
Hmm.
at all.
I couldn't say it any better than
And
that.
if you have any doubts in that, don't ever get married with that person because you got to love them unconditionally together in the grace of God.
Find yourself an old-fashioned woman.
Well, Michelle, you have to marry somebody in the grace of God. You know that. You know that,
Oh, I
right?
know. My husband's my very first.
Best friend.
Yep.
It doesn't matter about the sex and stuff like that. It matters about being the best friend, best lover, the best person that will have your back. If they
And
don't
his
have your back,
relationship with God,
in relationship with
that's why I
God,
fell in love with him. That was the very
exactly.
first thing my grandfather told me when you start courting, because that's what my grandfather called it, where he would pick me up at my grandparents' house, and that was it. What time
So
you're bringing her back and all this other stuff, even though he's a little bit older than me, he respected my grandfather's rules, and to this day, I'm very glad that I married him. It's not
right,
perfect, but
because
we have our ups and downs.
he treats you right.
Yep, and he's had very bad days. And I've had bad days. Nobody's perfect, but the most important part my grandfather
Right.
said, and I'll end it on this, is forgiveness.
Yep.
Amen.
You know what?
Even if it's the silliest fight, too. Let it
Yeah,
go.
we all have that when we're married. You get
Yep.
it. Yeah, I've been there before. But Canoe, if you love her and you're devoted to her and all that stuff, then that's your answer to being whether you want to be married or not. Okay.
Well
We're a
said.
long ways away from that, but
Well, you know what?
yeah.
If you really love her and you're going to stand by her no matter what, you're going to be there whether good or bad. Period.
Yeah.
The end of the story, man.
Yeah.
That's all I can tell you. Because if you don't, you don't have marriage. You don't have nothing. You have a lie. It's a lie if you don't have unconditional love. Right,
Well
Michelle?
said. Well said.
I'm willing to do my part. I just have to wait to see what she says. So,
Right.
on that note, I'm going to call it night, folks.
Good night, guys. I'm going to curl up
Well,
and
I wish you
start reading
love.
this.
You know what?
Yeah.
No matter what love you got, unconditional love and devoted love to you and to somebody has your back and everything else is is everything in the world.
Well said.
Amen.
It was nice having you, Amazing Drop and Canoe, on the panel. Thank you guys for coming back.
But you
Good
know
night,
what?
Dallas.
Wild Bill
Shuffle
and
Bill.
Dallas, if you're still in the house, good night, folks.
Yeah, good night, everybody.
You know
We'll
what I'm
see
saying?
everybody on the game tomorrow. Yep.
You know what I'm saying, dude?